What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline with our goat FX and contouring it to his head shape. Don't forget to use your opposite hand to stretch the skin when needed. Now that we're done balding him out with our trimmers, we're gonna apply some shave stick and move on to our babeless foil shavers. We're applying shave stick so he doesn't bump up when we remove the stubble with our babeless foil shavers. You want to flick out about an inch away from the guideline as much as possible so you don't create a harsher guideline. Now that we're done removing all the stubble, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around an inch thick so you can spread the blend. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way to help us erase that initial guideline. You want to detail with your lever as much as possible, and you also want to stretch the skin when needed. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, we're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Now that we're done softening up the line with the one guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Remember to use your corners as much as possible. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our foreguard all the way closed and begin to debulk the top. Now that we're done debulking the top with our foreguard, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We're flicking out as much as possible once we get to the parietal ridge. Now that we're done preparing for our 1.5 guard with our 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and begin to erase the line completely. Sometimes after using the 1.5 guard, there's still a faint line, so moving on to your 1 guard all the way open and using his corners would definitely help. Now I'm using my 3 guard all the way open, and we're going to prepare for our clipper of a comb method. Now that we're done debulking with our 3, we can move on to our clipper of a comb and make the fade as smooth as possible. Moving on to the back side, we're starting off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. We're then going to slightly close the lever to help us erase that initial guideline. We are nearing the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you spend more time here and detail as much as possible. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. This is right on top of the occipital bone, so I'm going to detail as much as possible here. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard, we're moving on to our half guard and we're attacking the line as much as possible. Now that we're done detailing, we're moving on to our 2 guard all the way open and we're creating our 4th guideline. This guard is going to help us get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that we're using the 1.5 guard, this is going to help us erase the line completely and then get ready for our 3 guard. Here I'm detailing as much as possible, making sure the fade flows better. Now we're moving on to our beard, and we're gonna debulk with the 1.5 guard all the way open, which is equivalent to a 2 guard all the way closed. Moving on to our Annis T outliners, we're gonna comb down his beard and make it as crispy as possible without pressing too hard. You want to make sure to go slow and make sure the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then you won't line them up properly. Now that we're done debulking the beard, we're going to take the guard out and go in with our no guard all the way open, creating our first guideline. Now that we're done with our no guard all the way open, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use our original guard, which is the 1.5 guard, to debulk. Now that we're done detailing with our trimmers and foil shavers, we can move on to our Anise Tea outliners and make them as crispy as possible. I usually start off at the middle and the widow's peak and then work my way to the light corners. You want to make sure not to press too hard here, because then the hair won't feed into the trimmer properly. You want to keep his vertical bars as natural as possible, so make sure not to dig too far into that corner. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you made it this far into the video, leave a comment down below of my subscriber count, just to show me that you're paying attention. Moving on to our Turkish Razor Derby Premium blades, we're going to make them as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're going to apply some elegant shave gel so the blade can glide better. Since we already applied the shave gel, I'm going to give you a few tips on the razor. You want to stretch the skin as much as possible when you're using a razor, and also you want to keep it at a 45-degree angle so you have a less chance of cutting somebody. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a high fade with some detachables, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline with our gold FX, and we're also contouring this guideline to their head shape. Don't forget to use the opposite hand to stretch the skin to give you more space. When you pull their ear, make sure not to yank on it, just pull it to the side, enough that you have enough space. Now that we're done balding out with our gold FX, we can move on to our foil shavers and remove the stubble. But before we do that, we're going to apply some shave sticks so he doesn't bump up. Now we're using the Babyliss foil shaver to remove the stubble. This is going to make the fade as smooth as possible. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Now that we're done removing the stubble, we can move on to our OA guard and create our second guideline. We want to make this guideline as thick as possible without going too high so we can spread the blend. Now that we're done using our OA guard, we're going to move on to our 4-aught blade. Now that we're done using the 4-aught blade to attack the initial guideline, we can switch over to the 3-aught blade and meet it right in the middle. Make sure you also don't go too high here, because then you could take the fade higher. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the top and debulk it with the 1A guard. Make sure you take your time when debulking with the metal guards, because you can cut them or scratch them really badly. Now that we're done debulking the top with the 1A guard, we're going to switch over to the 1 guard and meet it right in the middle with the OA guard and the 1A guard on top. here I switched over to my OA guard and I'm detailing as much as possible. Always stretch the skin with your opposite hands to give you more space to blend. Here I'm switching back to the one guard and I'm detailing again. Moving on to the back side, we're going to use our 4-aught blade to attack our initial guideline. We're then going to use our 3-aught blade to meet it right in the middle between the OA and the 4-aught blade. Always stretch the skin with your opposite hands to give you more space to blend. Now I'm using the one guard, and this guard is going to help us blend between the OA guard and the 1A guard on top. Now I'm switching back to my OA guard and I'm detailing as much as possible. Moving on to our T outliners, we're going to start off in the middle and work our way to the sides and make them as crispy as possible. When you're lining someone up, you want to make sure you go as slow as possible and take your time and make sure the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then you won't line them up properly. You also want to make sure you're not pressing too hard because you could cut them with the teeth of the trimmer. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Also, if you made it this far into the video, please leave a comment down below of my subscriber count just to let me know that you guys are paying attention. Now that we're done lining them up, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Derby premium blades and we can make them as crispy as possible. But before we use the razor, we're going to lather up the skin as much as possible so the razor could glide better. And also, when you're using the razor, you want to make sure you stretch the skin as much as possible while keeping the razor at a 45-degree angle so you don't cut them.